Freed Israeli. Hostage, 505 days of surviving Hamas hell. Imagine being ripped from your life, your family, your home, and plunged into a nightmare. For 505 days, Tal Shoham lived that nightmare, a hostage in the hands of Hamas. This is his story of survival, resilience, and the enduring power of hope in the face of unimaginable darkness. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. October 7th, 2023. A day that will forever be etched in the collective memory of Israel. On that day, Hamas militants stormed Kibbutz Be'eri, shattering the peace and tranquility of the community. Tal Shoham, along with his wife and children, were among those abducted. In a desperate attempt to protect his family, Tal surrendered to the terrorists. He was thrown into the trunk of a car, the world outside fading as he was driven into the unknown depths of Gaza. The fear and uncertainty were overwhelming. For 34 agonizing days, Tal was held captive in a family's home. His existence was reduced to mere survival. He was constantly shackled, a physical manifestation of his captivity. Every movement was restricted, every moment controlled. Showers were a rare luxury. Basic hygiene became a constant struggle. Food was severely rationed. Initially, he received only pita bread, barely enough to sustain him. The psychological torment was relentless. He was kept in the dark about the fate of his wife and children, fueling his deepest fears. To cope with the unbearable uncertainty, Tal made a conscious decision to mentally bury his family. It was a desperate act of self-preservation. The isolation was broken when Evyatar David and Guy Gilboa Dalal were brought to the same house. A fragile bond formed in the shared suffering. Daily torture was a grim reality. Beatings were commonplace, and food deprivation was used as a weapon. Their caloric intake was limited to a mere 300 calories a day. The weight loss was drastic and visible. Communication was restricted to hushed whispers, a constant reminder of the ever-present danger. On the 50th day of his captivity, a glimmer of hope emerged. Tal received a letter from his wife. The letter confirmed that his wife and children were alive and had been released. A wave of relief washed over him. With his family safe, Tal's focus shifted to his own survival. He knew he had to endure. The next chapter of his captivity was even more harrowing. Tal was moved to an underground tunnel with other captives, including Omer Wenkert. The space was cramped and claustrophobic. Resources were scarce. Oxygen deprivation was a constant struggle. A single dim light bulb offered little comfort. Water was severely limited, a mere 300 milliliters per day. Thirst became a constant companion. Rice was their only source of food. The monotony and lack of nutrients took a toll on their bodies. Constant beatings, relentless monitoring, and deliberate sleep deprivation were part of their daily routine. The psychological warfare was relentless. Even as the war raged above, Hamas continued their tunnel digging operations. The sound of digging was a constant reminder of their confinement. The harsh conditions took a severe toll on their health. Tal and Evyatar developed severe infections. Medical attention was delayed, exacerbating their suffering. Their bodies were breaking down. Tal's leg became severely infected, turning blue, yellow, and purple due to internal bleeding. The pain was excruciating. Eventually, they received blood thinners and vitamin supplements. It was a small act of mercy in a sea of cruelty. The arrival of a new guard marked a turning point for the worse. This guard was more violent and sadistic than the others. They were forced to kneel like dogs and subjected to brutal beatings. Their humanity was stripped away. Verbal abuse was constant, and the guard's behavior was erratic and unpredictable. The fear was palpable. After 505 days of captivity, Tal was selected for release as part of a hostage deal in February. The news was surreal. He experienced the simple joy of morning dew on his skin after months of darkness. It was a sensory awakening. He was forced to participate in Hamas propaganda in Rafah, a final act of manipulation. Even in freedom, they sought to control him. Finally, he was reunited with his wife and children at Ream base. The reunion was joyous and overwhelming. The joyful reunion was tempered by tragic news. 11 members of his extended family had been kidnapped or murdered on October 7th. Amidst the grief, there was also new life. New babies had been born into the family during his captivity. Tal emphasizes the importance of preserving humanity and dignity, even in the face of unimaginable cruelty. It was a testament to the strength of the human spirit. He is determined to speak out for those who remain in captivity. He will not let their stories be forgotten. Guy Gilboa Dalal, who shared so much of Tal's ordeal, remains in captivity. His freedom is a constant reminder of the work that remains. We must never forget the hostages still held captive. Their stories deserve to be heard. Their freedom must be our priority. We must continue to advocate for their release. Let us stand in solidarity with the victims of terror. Let us work towards a future where such atrocities never happen again. Let us remember Tal Shoham's story, a story of darkness, but also a story of hope. A story of resilience, a story of the enduring power of the human spirit. Let us never forget. Let us never give up. Tal Shoham's story is a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for peace. His experience, though harrowing, underscores the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of hope in the face of adversity. But his story, and the stories of so many others still held captive, demand action. Learn more about the hostages still held in Gaza by visiting insert website here. Donate to organizations providing aid and support to the victims and their families at insert donation link here. Share this video to raise awareness and amplify the voices of those who cannot speak for themselves. Together, we can keep their stories alive and work towards a future where no one has to endure such unimaginable suffering.